Katherine Thompson has attended Triple C School for 14 years since pre-K. Kathleen is the daughter of Robert O. Thompson Jr. and Janice L. Thompson. She is the paternal granddaughter of Elizabeth Mary, also known as Betty Thompson, who was a 1956 graduate of Triple C, and the grandfather is Robert O. Thompson Sr. Katherine is a maternal granddaughter of the late Luis Garcia and Teresa Garcia. Kathleen is a grandniece of Mary Mirren Thompson, a 1949 graduate who was in a class that named the 3 C's of Triple C, creative, Christian, character. Kathleen has been on the Citizenship Honor Roll throughout her years at Triple C School. She is a King's Scholar. She too is a hard-working student with a great reputation among her peers. She has her heart set on being a pediatric doctor, and she will be attending the Southern Adventist University near Chattanooga, Tennessee. The university has awarded her $8,000 in scholarship monies, $2,000 as a special transfer student, and $6,000 for her outstanding GPA and her outstanding GPA and her ACT scores. She has an application on file in the governor's office here, and we're waiting to hear how much she will be receiving. Speaking by faith. Kathleen's achievement is outstanding, and we applaud her. Put your hands together and help me welcome our first place student, the Valdictorian of Triple C School.
Good evening, honorable dignitaries, distinguished guests, teachers, parents, friends, and fellow graduating classmates. Dear class, I'll try to keep this speech from my usual sad doom and gloom speeches you're used to, but if you want, I can always talk about cults, 1932 hurricane, or who could forget the ever-popular milk speech, if you prefer. Any takers? I guess not. Well then, I hope tonight you'll find this speech to be a happier one. For many of us, Triple C is our second home. We've grown up with the familiar faces of friends, and now, as we go out into the world, we will learn just how much Triple C has truly shaped all aspects of our lives. We have touched our own lives as much as we've touched the lives around us. As we continue to grow, I pray we will never forget that dear school that brought us here. I must give thanks to God, because through His guidance I have learned to face and overcome difficulties that have shaped me into the person I am. Our parents and family hold a special place in our hearts as they supported and encouraged us to succeed. They've always wanted the best for us, encouraging us, and for that we thank them. Not only have they invested their money in us, but also their time. Throughout the years, they've helped us night after night by running all over Cayman to try to find those supplies for those crazy, outrageous projects. They hardly complained while trying to unstick their glue fingers or trying not to fall asleep while they endlessly quizzed us for the big test in the morning. We love you, and we'll never forget all the support and everything that you've done for us. I would like to thank our past and present faculty and teachers, because without them and their guidance, we would not have been able to achieve the successes of today and the promise for a bright future. Triple C teachers and faculty also helped to instill in us that God was always there for us. Many of us have learned valuable lessons and verses that we will never forget. One verse the class heard often was Ephesians 4:29. Do not let any unwholesome words come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. At times, I know we were a handful, but our teachers, they never lost hope in us. They pushed us to produce the absolute best in all that we did, so that we could learn that everything we're doing was worth doing Here are some of the ways we kept our teachers entertained. Now Erica has mastered the literary device of red herring. Red herring is the art of keeping the class off the topic of the day. Another one of our popular interruptions was John Paul talking about food and how hungry he was. Oh my goodness, how could I forget Mikey and Emil and their loud outbursts about something nobody in class was ever talking about. We think outside the box, each one of us. Only one of us would make English tutoring into a day to go run and play in the rain. Others would make sure that the roof was meant to be climbed on, where 3 times 3 equals 6, limits are the enemies, and rectangles are magically transformed into triangles. We even still have those elementary grudges over pens. And no, Maria, your mama didn't buy a pen at Foster's. Over the years, we would fight and complain about each other, yet in the important times, we would pull together to give our strength to those who are weak. We encourage each other to be the best we could be. We had strange practices, like counting sneezes, to never writing on the backs of papers, to never using the same pen for different subjects. Something I know none of us will forget is something we can call love arguments. These arguments would play out between none other than Sophia and Maria. It was so interesting to watch these arguments and then see the flip side as they would be drawn closer together. My dear friends, I would like to share with you a story that has defined for me the meaning of success. I heard this story as a young girl, and it impressed in me to always do my best. I hope that it might inspire you as well. The story is about a boy who lived during the Great Depression. His father told him that to support the family, he had to go out and find a job. Before the boy left to go find a job, the father gave him a key, and the words read, "Always do more than is expected of you." The boy took out this advice as he went in search for a job. The first job that he got was sweeping the floor at the train station. But putting his father's advice into practice, after he was done sweeping the floors, he would go and help the telegraph officer. Later, when the clock master retired, he had 2 recommendations for the job, and he received it. He continues to use his father's advice of always doing more than what was expected of him, and he was working his way up in the company. Later, he became the president of the railroad company. The Bible teaches us in Colossians 3:23, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as though you were working for the Lord and not for people." Class of 2011, from this story we can learn what our strengths and talents are and how to use them to the best of our abilities for the glory of God. While not neglecting our weaknesses, but focusing on our God-given strengths, we can confidently go forward in the world, ready to meet the challenges. We can also learn never underestimate yourselves, because when I look around, I see men and women ready to take the world by storm. This is the start of a new round of battles that we can take on with confidence that they can be won. Times will get hard, but we must stand together, strong, and persevere. Do your best and allow God to always be your guide, as that is the key to success. Dear graduates, you will always be in my prayers, as I hope that I will be in yours. I would like to leave you with the following prayer for the graduate, which expresses my sincere wish for you. A prayer for the graduate. May you have enough happiness to keep you sweet, enough trials to keep you strong, enough hope to keep you happy, enough success to keep you eager, enough friends to give you comfort, enough wealth to meet your needs, enough enthusiasm to keep looking forward, enough faith to banish depression, and enough determination to make each day better than yesterday. What do you learn when you grow up with the same people for 14 years? You learn how each of us ticks, like what makes us happy or sad or angry. You learn what buttons to push and what buttons never to push. 3 words I can never forget to spell are B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L by Erica. R-O-A-D by Sophia. And U-N-I-Q-U-E by Kenesha. These were my ever-helpful dictionaries. I don't know what I would have done without them. Other important lessons I have learned from the class is where monetary authority is located while out trying to deliver Thanksgiving lunches. And that it's not a good idea to criticize people when they're eating. With this class, I have learned that being together was the best thing that could have ever happened to us. I hope that as we leave here tonight, we will hold on to these cherished memories and never let them go. In the future, I hope when one of us needs help, I pray we will all go running with our arms open, letting everyone know we're the class of 2011, friends for a lifetime. We've had our differences and battles, but we've pulled through. As we walk across the stage tonight, we've succeeded and won the war.